Hello and welcome to EZGlutenFree. With Christmas being just a few days away, today I thought I'd show you how to make these classic gingerbread cookies. Now I don't know about you, but I think gingerbread cookies embody the holiday season better than any other cookie in the recipe box. And today I'll show you how to turn one batch of dough into two distinctly different types of cookies, so it'll look like you've been baking for days. After going over the classic roll and cut cookies, I'm also going to show you a really simple gingerbread snowflake cookie for those of you who might not have the time to tackle rolling out a batch of cut cookies. Alright, to make these you're going to need 1 cup of softened butter, 1 cup of dark brown sugar firmly packed, 1/4 cup of molasses, 2 eggs, 3½ cups of gluten-free Bisquick. If you're not following a gluten-free diet, just stir together this list of ingredients. You'll also need 2 teaspoons each of ground ginger and cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Alright, now in a medium bowl, stir together the gluten-free Bisquick or flour mixture, whichever you're using, with the spices and set it aside. Now using a stand mixer with the paddle attachment, cream together the butter, brown sugar, and molasses until light and fluffy. Be sure to scrape down the bowl with a rubber spatula. Then add the eggs and beat until you have a well-combined, smooth, fluffy mixture. Add the dry ingredients mixture and beat until the dough is thoroughly combined. Now bring the dough together into a ball and roughly divide it into 3 equal parts. Transfer each section onto a sheet of plastic wrap. Then pat the dough into a rectangular shape, roughly measuring about 6 by 8 inches. Once you have all 3 sections done, chill the dough for about a half an hour. Now to make the cut cookies, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. I like to roll out the dough between 2 sheets of plastic wrap that I've placed on top of a cutting board to make it easy to move to the refrigerator later. Now roll out the dough until it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, then chill it by moving the whole cutting board to the fridge for 10 minutes or so to get firm again before cutting the cookies. Then to cut them, remove the top sheet of plastic wrap, then use whatever types of cookie cutters you want. Then transfer the cut cookies onto the baking sheet and bake them for 10 to 12 minutes. Also, if you don't have cookie cutters that match the theme you're trying to portray, you could always use a ravioli cutter like I have here, or even a knife to make squares or rectangles. Then you can draw whatever you want on there later. Now once the cookies are done baking, let them cool in the pan for 2 minutes before using a metal spatula to transfer them to a cooling rack. Now with the scraps of dough, you could form them into another ball, then roll them out for more cookies, or you could roll the dough into 1-inch balls and place them onto a baking sheet. Then use the back of a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon to depress the centers. Then bake those for 10 to 12 minutes. Once they're baked, each cookie should have a shallow impression in the middle. That'll keep the chocolate glaze right in the center where it belongs. Now for that glaze, combine 2 tablespoons of Bailey's Irish cream, or you could use heavy cream or even milk, with 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa, and 3/4 of a cup of confectioner's sugar. Then mix until smooth. Use a spoon to fill in the depressed centers of each cookie. Then with the leftover glaze, you can spread it over a few of the rectangular cookies if you want. Now to decorate the classic cutouts, I used a simple powdered sugar glaze that involves mixing roughly 1 cup of confectioner's sugar with 1 tablespoon of water or milk. I just used a Ziploc bag with the tiny corner snipped off to do my decorating. I also used this same glaze to draw the designs on the chocolate glazed cookies. Now most gingerbread cookies are iced with a royal icing, and my friend Steve over at Steve Owens TV has a great royal icing video over at his channel. So if you want to ice these with royal icing, click on the link to check out his tutorial series. He has a video on how to make the royal icing. He's got a video on how to use the royal icing. He's even got a video on how to make piping bags out of parchment paper. And I really hope you're going to give these cookies a try. I know your guests are going to love the warm spices and buttery texture. But don't try to use this recipe to build a gingerbread house. You'll need a dough that'll make a sturdier finished product than this. And you'll definitely need the strength of royal icing to put a house together. And if you need to print this recipe, you could always visit my blog. And for more gluten-free recipes, don't forget to subscribe. See you again soon. But not too soon, because I'm taking a week off for the holidays. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.